Hello everyone, and welcome back to our highly anticipated live stream Friday, where we are going to answer your questions in real time. My name is Allison, and I am a community manager here at Save Me From. I am passionate about all things beauty, and most specifically, hair repair and hair care. And I am someone who is here to share with you the active, potent ingredients that you certainly need to try in your hair care regimen. But we're also going to reveal some of those highly anticipated 2021 hair trends. I see some of you joining. Thank you so much for joining in on this exciting stream where we are sharing the highly anticipated trends of 2021 when it comes to hair. And hair is really one of those accessories that we just flaunt, and naturally, of course, but it is really one of the first things that people notice about you. And you certainly want to be putting your healthiest foot forward and your best looks forward when you're certainly going out into the world, when you're going to emerge out of quarantine. How are you going to have your great debut into the world? And so we need to be making sure we look spot on and our hair looks incredible, because you may or may not be going on live streams like such, but you're certainly watching one, and I'm really excited that you're tuning in because it was a match made in heaven that you are here to learn about what you're missing out on your hair care products. Did you know that a lot of your products in your hair care is actually formulated with just water and maybe just a fraction of active ingredients? Well, I'm here to share with you how Save Me From treatments, these are so potent and concentrated. These are formulated with not hardly any water at all. We have formulated these very concentrated, very potent with active ingredients so that you can be in charge of diluting your products. So thank you for everyone who's tuning in. Yay! We are so excited to share with you how our treatment collection is really going to be leveraging your best accessory. But if you're really looking for how to create a new look this year with your refreshed kind of outlook on this year, we certainly need to be work on the health of our hair, as a lot of these trends are coloring your hair and can actually really cause a lot of brittleness, weak hair, and also very dry and prone to split ends. 3 treatments of this as an overnight treatment, reduction in 97% of split ends. I mean, need I say more? I mean, I love it. And here we have our all-star ingredient front and center. This is Fenugreek. Fenugreek Meet Facebook Live. Here we have this really great powerhouse ingredient that is formulated in every single one of Save Me From treatments. We actually have used this in every single one of our products. Our founder being that of a cosmetic chemist. She is a founder of a globally renowned skincare, award-winning too, skincare company. And notice that there was a deficit in hair care for really offering these potent active ingredients in their most rich, potent form. So I'm really excited to share with you today, if you're someone who's been looking to combat any sort of damage from your chemical processing, because it really makes your hair really weak, brittle, dry as a result, or also from heat styling, can make your hair so dry. Trust me, I've done that, plenty of times without a heat protectant, and I'd never realized what I was harming and doing to my hair. So we have actually targeted ingredients in every single one of these formulas to help combat any sort of damage to your hair. But our hero all-star ingredient is the fenugreek seed, which is actually a very incredible ancient beauty secret and regimen of women in India and also in the Middle East for using this in their hair as a nightly ritual practice. And so we actually have harnessed the rich bioactive nutrients and compounds of fenugreek seed. Fenugreek is really rich in fiber, phospholipids, which is really great at promoting hydration into the scalp, but also vitamins A, B, C, proteins. This is your all-star ingredient, and this is not commonly found in hair care products in the United States or really in Western culture. So we're super excited to share with you a little bit more about what makes fenugreek so unique in hair care products. This is actually a great ingredient, so nourishing to the hair, but also really great for scalp health. So in addition to our treatment collection being really great at helping to combat damage on the strand of the hair, really helps to work into those deeper layers of the hair. The molecular size is small enough to deeply penetrate into the cuticle, which is the outer layer of the hair, the cell membrane complex, which is the next layer, into the cortex, which is that deeper layer of the hair, which is that protein matrix that really is the strength and vitality of your hair. So we want to keep it on our head, of course, because this is our most powerful accessory that we are going to flaunt this year. So take the resolution with me that you are going to start looking into having targeted active ingredients that are potent and rich in antioxidants, plant nutrients, and ingredients that are really helping to restore the hair. We are clinically proven to help restore the hair by 201% in hydration, 203% in thickness, 97% reduction in the split ends. So in addition to that, we have some great nourishing ingredients formulated in every single one of these products. So let's go ahead and get into the trends of 2021 now that we've really talked about the first trend, which is really taking better care of our hair, the health of our hair as well. So we are seeing that warm tones are coming back into trends, but on the other side of the spectrum, cool tones are not going anywhere. Silver, purple, blue tones in the hair are here to stay. And of course, those golden, warm, red type of tones are of course always going to stay in trend. So no matter what you choose for yourself, whatever complements your own skin tone and complexion and the undertones of your skin and your eyes, of course, is really going to be a great suitable option for you. But silver, purple, blue hair is here to stay. This hybrid of these different cool toned hair colors are so popular in the beauty world, and we're certainly seeing that with a lot of celebrities as well, having that really nice kind of pastel. So you really have to have your hair at a very light bleach stage if your hair is naturally dark like mine. And so you will have to go through those bleaching, chemically processing treatments. And chemical conflict is that strengthening formula. We infuse keratin as well as small and medium weight proteins from carob and hydrolyzed vegetable proteins that really deeply replenish into the cortex of the hair. That's that main kind of matrix of the hair strand. So you definitely want to lean heavily on chemical conflict for that strengthening and repair when you're going to be anticipating making this great change for yourself. I'm sure it'll be an amazing transformation. You will look incredible, but I just want you to know that you want to be making sure that you're putting your best hair forward. So when you're going to be trying out these trends, that you're going to look, your hair is going to feel the best it absolutely can be. So 97% reduction in split ends with this incredible strengthening, reparative, restorative treatment, especially for that scalp that may be kind of stressed from these chemical processing and makes them dry and just whole other situation we do not like. So next up, if you're someone who maybe has got so much damage, you don't know what to do with your hair, you just want to cut it off. You just want to get rid of it. I can certainly say if you're someone who doesn't want to do that, pick up Thermal Obsession. This is really going to help with just the hydration, really help just repair the bonds in the hair with the formula that is strengthening chemical conflict. This is a really great celebrity love secret, actually, for a lot of our celebrity stylists who want to keep their clients' hair healthy, strong, and luscious for those photo shoots, red carpet events, because we know that a lot of celebrities just go through more styling than us, or really just the average person. So really having that really great infuse of hydration, hyaluronic acid, there's over a dozen butters, oils as well, formula in that. But you've had enough with 2020 hair. You may have done some at-home hair mishaps. We've certainly all been there before. And you just want to cut your hair off. Pixie cuts are coming back into trend. I don't think they ever really went anywhere, but they are certainly a hot commodity here in 2021. We definitely have seen the trends of short hair kind of start to emerge, as well as just really having manageable, kind of low effort hairstyles and hair cuts. So I love pixies. I think that they are super cute, and especially depending on your face structure and shape, find a stylist that really knows how to complement your best asset, which is of course your face and your bone structure, to really have your best face forward in this upcoming new year. We are transforming our hair, our lives this year. No more 2020. It's 2021. We're forgetting about that. So we've also seen that rose gold is so popular. I love rose gold, but if you're someone who's like me, and that would be a complete transformation, I'd have to pretty much go platinum blonde. And although maybe one day I'll do that, I don't think that will be this year. But I would love to hop on any sort of trends. So chemical processing is going to be required for this, and chemical conflict strengthening your formula, but rose gold on brown hair. Now you'd be wondering, okay, how do you manage to get rose gold into brown hair? Well, actually you will have to get some highlights or some sort of bleaching done on the hair to be able to infuse this really beautiful fashion color into your hair. And that is going to be, highlighting your hair, or also ombreing or foliaging, whatever it may be, bleaching the entire hair. I highly recommend do not do that yourself, because that's where Save Me From has really come in as that hero product. I've certainly have seen and heard about a lot of hair mishaps at home, especially from this last 2020 year. A lot of us were starting to take in a lot of our chemical processing treatments on ourselves. And bleach is just one of those ingredients you really don't want to mess with if you really don't know what you're doing. So the brunette hair trends just really have a reputation for just kind of being a more kind of simple, kind of effortless hue to maintain and upkeep with. But these rose brown kind of highlights kind of add in this gorgeous reflect into the hair with a little bit more of that cool tone, like I was mentioning how they're really trending right now. It's a low maintenance option that really just adds some dimension. You're going to have the depth with your natural brown, but it's also really just going to help maintain just beautiful depth and dimension into your hair, but you're also really going to see less upkeep with it. So if you're really looking to get like a rose gold or like a rose brown hair color, talk to your hairstylist about how you can do that. And a lot of these fashion colors can actually, they start to fade out of the hair the quickest. So chemical conflict is really that great color preserver, as well as really help to strengthen. It's similar to Olaplex, but it does not have silicone in it, so it's not coating your hair, making your hair feel silky like on the surface. It's really deeply replenishing and restoring those layers of the hair as well. We also saw that hair accessories were super big in 2020, especially when we were trying to cover up our roots, when we weren't trying to do our hair ourselves. So bandanas really came into play, a lot of hats, a lot of different kind of headbands. So we are also starting to see that barrettes are still back in trend. A lot of these really beautiful kind of statement barrettes and hair clips are coming back into trend, whether that is with rhinestones or pearls. You can really do a whole lot with your hair with just one clip or a few, and it really does like promote a whole kind of look and transform your kind of look and takes you to a whole other echelon. So if you're really looking to kind of switch things up without really having to do something dramatic, like a haircut or hair color, definitely look into hair accessories. These are really coming into style, and especially when we're going to be emerging out of quarantine, we want to be looking cute, and we want to be making sure that, you know, we are keeping our hair healthy as well. We also have noticed that fringes are really trendy. As of last year, the kind of French fringe was really popular, but these side swept bangs are coming back and they are making a statement. And especially, I love bangs myself. They just kind of help frame the face a little bit more and just make you look a little bit younger. That's like kind of something I believe, that they kind of add a youthful appearance. And if you're looking for a more youthful looking and acting hair, age acceleration is really going to come into play. This really helps with any sort of fine hair. If you've ever had fine hair, you've always had fine hair, it will start to thin as we begin to age and we have hormonal changes. And this is actually a really great thickening, volumizing treatment. 3 overnight uses, 203% thickness in the hair. These are clinically proven results. They are not my opinion whatsoever, although my opinion of them is they are excellent and you need them in your life. At least I realized that I needed to take my hair care more seriously with active, potent, rich ingredients, because a lot of our hair products are formulated with water, and we're paying like, on the range of $5 to $30 for water. Now that is crazy to me. So you need a potent active ingredient treatment that's formed with active ingredients that are concentrated, and you determine how much water you are going to use, not someone else in a lab or the chemist behind the brand. So we talked about bangs, curtain bangs. So if you're not really wanting to commit to bangs on a full fringe or the side swept bang, the curtain bangs, which are on both sides, they kind of nicely frame the face. Those, of course, are going to continue to be popular here in 2021. It's all about framing your face and having nice long kind of layers on the sides and wispy, beautiful, just nice movement to the hair and nice ends. So that is going to be a trend alert for this year. You cannot go wrong with curtain bangs. They really are so great at framing the face and just making you look really youthful as a result. And especially too, when you have them highlighted, they are so gorgeous. Chemical Conflict. Use that in your hair a week before, or actually if you can, pro tip, use it at least a month in advance. You're going to seriously, the chemical treatment is not going to leave your hair weak or brittle, dry. None of us want that. I mean, of course, when it comes to chemically processing our hair, we want to have some beautiful dimension, but we don't want our hair to look just like it's been fried off and it's hardly hanging on. So shag haircuts, we saw that was super popular. Oh, hello, we have our regular here. Hello, thank you for tuning in. I love when you come into our streams. Definitely pick up Save Me From. You're gonna love them. So anyways, shag haircuts are back and they are bigger than ever before. They are a fantastic way to just add in a little bit of edge into your look and really kind of pays homage to the kind of rockin' look of the 70s as well. Is having, you know, like the shag haircut. So they're kind of have kind of more of shorter layers going to longer layers. And it would look really nice with a little bit of a fringe or some sort of curtain bangs that frame the face as well. And that kind of just gives that really nice multiple layer, kind of lightweight, effortless, kind of flowy look to the hair that everybody wants to have, that kind of effortless, cool girl look. So another crazy color trend that is really coming to style, because we're seeing a lot of colors, a lot of cuts, and then some accessories that are super trendy as well. A smoky kind of marshmallow, which is interesting. So this is kind of like, instead of it being, you know, a platinum kind of blonde, it just has a little bit more of a lived-in look. So if you have naturally just dark hair, but you're really curious about going blonde, this smoky kind of marshmallow hair is a trend you definitely should try. It's kind of got this rooted kind of effect here at the roots, and then blonde kind of gradually kind of going into lighter color blonde. So if you're familiar with like seeing that really rooty kind of lived in look and then those really bright kind of platinum ends, then that is the color that is this smoky marshmallow. So definitely tell your hairstylist that you want to try that out. They'll also use like a little bit of dimension into it by adding in some low lights and also the highlights, you know, a blend of the two for that seamless kind of dimension in your hair. And bobs are definitely, they're not going anywhere. We've seen them all year in 2020, especially the bobs. Hey, Deborah. Hey, well, we are talking about hair trends here in 2021. So, and we're also a hair repair collection. So we have treatments that are formulated with an Ayurvedic herb. If you're not familiar with Ayurveda, it's an alternative medicine that is in India for really promoting gorgeous hair. It's one of the women in India, well, not just one, women in India, just in general, have been using this beauty ingredient as a beauty secret for really promoting strong, healthy hair. If you're familiar with retinols for skincare, it's like retinol for your hair. It turns back time. It really incredibly nourishes the hair and the scalp. And we have got 6 formulas that are all targeted with active ingredients that are commonly used in skincare products that you can use in your hair and also have built-in scalp care. So Deborah, thank you for that question. So if you're someone who's really looking to up your hair game this year, we have a hair quiz on our website here. Let me see if I can bring that up. Okay, it's not working. Well, here we go. Let me just see really quick. There we go. You should be able to see a link here where you can take a hair quiz. and learn a little bit more about our brand and just really more about these hair treatments. But yeah, it is really interesting. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Anybody who's commenting and joining in, would love to talk with you and give you recommendations. If you're someone who's been combating hair damage for eternity, like myself, it ended with Save Me From, so I want to end it for you with the Save Me From hair repair collection. We are clinically proven to repair and restore hair on a variety of different sources that hair is susceptible to. So whether that's chemically processing your hair, exposing your hair to the sun, it fades the hair color. Also salt water, chlorine, and hard water, depending on where you live. The water can actually have minerals in it and makes that, kind of residue stick onto the hair. We also have a Save Me From Age Acceleration. So it's kind of like an anti-aging formula for your hair. It's a thickening formula within 3 treatments, 203% thicker hair in an independent lab study. So that's not just me like spouting up a number. That's actually clinically proven results. Also, pollution damage can cause some serious damage if you live in the city or urban environments. It can actually wear away at the cuticle, which is that outer shield of the hair. Cuticle. And then pollution, is kind of one of those things that can cleave onto the hair. But not only that, but styling products and oil can all just kind of build up and wreak havoc for the scalp. It can kind of build up and actually cause some clogging of the hair follicle, which is really where our hair is emerging from the start. So we need to be making sure we're supplementing our diet with great nutrition, but also using a topical type of treatment as well for the scalp that's designed for the scalp and the hair. We have Thermal Obsession. That's a heat protectant. It's also a moisturizer and anti-frizz control. Formula with really great ingredients. So anybody that's got questions, drop them down below. So we talked about the blunt bob that was really popular in 2020. Well, it's still here to stay, and you can never go wrong with a bob. It's a 1-layer haircut, so you're really not going to have any sort of layers, depending on really, the length that you want to keep it. You can always have a bob at the shoulders or even the chin. Like, you can do a bob in so many different ways. But that is short hair is going to be coming back here in 2021. Please, cross your fingers that I don't make the cut, because I've actually never kept my hair like on my head for too long. And with Save Me From, I've always felt like I had to cut my hair, but with Save Me From, it actually has made me realize that the products I was using weren't doing anything or any good to my hair. So the blunt bob is here to stay. It's a popular haircut, but it is not a look for the faint-hearted as well. This requires a bit of maintenance if you really want to upkeep with that one length. Just a heads up, with everything going on, a lot of low maintenance hairstyles are really emerging. So if you're someone who's always done a lot of maintenance to your hair, you're definitely going to still love the bob. But you want to make sure that you're using a heat protectant, because a lot of us have natural texture and wave to our hair, and the bobs look really great when they're straightened. Use a heat protectant in your hair to help moisturize and combat any sort of damage caused by heat styling and hot tools as well. And in addition to the bob being super popular, texture bobs are making waves. They're coming here in 2021, and no rule says that you can't flaunt a bob with textured strands. So as I had mentioned with the blunt bob, all of those different layers of the hair are all trimmed at the same length. A texture bob is going to have a little bit of different lengths to it. I actually had a texture bob last year, and my hair's grown so much since then. Save Me From, with the Fenugreek seed, I truly believe it has honestly accelerated my hair growth, and that's what women in India use as their beauty ritual for promoting their strong, healthiest hair. But it's also really great for scalp health. So I truly believe that it's made my hair grow like crazy in the last 6 months. And I have to definitely show a before and after of how my hair looks when I first started using these, because they are incredible. So it also really highlights, these texture bob really highlights that natural texture that you have. So it's going to be a lower maintenance hairstyle than the one length bob. So if you're someone who wants to have that kind of bob, but you want a little bit more texture, more body, more volume, you're going to see an incredible benefit of having that textured bob, especially too if you have a little bit of highlights and dimension into your hair. You are going to see such a beautiful look on yourself. It's really, hair can really transform the way that we see ourselves, but also how the world sees us as well. So we want to be making sure we're putting our best effort into that with our nutrition, because actually the hair is really one of the last areas of our body that really gets that nutrition from our diet. So supplementing that with either supplements or also topical formulas that are really rich in minerals and also nutrients, antioxidants for the hair, you're going to see such an incredible benefit. And our hair really needs protein. So especially if we're color treating our hair, and we have got a balanced solution based on really your hair concerns. So I was talking about bobs, and we have the one length bob, and then we have the textured bob, but the asymmetrical bob, where it's shorter in the back and longer in the front, I've certainly sported that, you know, in my days, but I've also had some serious problems with hair stylists as well, not like getting it perfect. So it's a risky one. So you want to be working with a stylist that you trust on the asymmetrical bobs. Since that is really going to have, you want to have really precise cuts to that style. So just a forewarning there, that these asymmetrical bobs really look cool when they're done correctly. So this really gives that kind of edgy look to you, especially when we are wanting to emerge from quarantine and we want to go out, you know, looking fabulous. Then I highly recommend that. And it's a great, you know, kind of a style that kind of speaks for itself as well. And we talked about the bobs. Let's talk about the lobs, which are long type of bobs as well. They are certainly, you know, the bobs are cute, but they're also a little bit more of a shorter trend, usually at the shoulders, but you can always do a long-haired kind of bobbed haircut. It's just going to have one layer, and it's not really going to have choppy layers. But if you want to play with the length, and you want to have it all be, you know, really great, you know, kind of nice, blunt definition, then the lob is really going to be great. And it's really good for those who have fine or thin hair. Those bobs really just kind of add in a little bit of volume and thickness to the hair, being all that they're one length. But you don't also have to cut your hair to really see thicker hair, or also have the appearance of thicker hair, I should say. But this product actually thickens your hair 203% in just 3 treatments. So Miranda Lambert's hairstylist, his name's Johnny Lavoie. You may have heard of him. He's a renowned celebrity hairstylist. Used this on her hair for the Country Music Awards. That's a pro secret. Is using these treatments as kind of that foundation and primer for those styling. And also really helps the hair just be more resistant and resilient to damage as well. Two-tone hair, we've been seeing all over social media. It is so popular, but deciding on just one color, where is the fun on that? So also just having two-tone color just really makes your hair super dimensional, kind of adds in that appearance of having thicker hair as well. So if you really want to have more of a rooty kind of look to your roots, then definitely, and then kind of at the ends, lighter, highly recommend that you check out two-tone hair colors with your stylist that you of course love and trust, because these are really going to help just make your hair just have that really multi-layered kind of look. Especially when you have kind of with your hair being a little bit darker, you're going to have a little bit more dimension. It's going to add in a little bit more of appearance of thicker hair, fuller hair, especially if you're someone who naturally has fine hair. Definitely opt for like a two-tone color when it's darker at the roots and kind of lighter at the ends. Balayage is a really popular kind of styling treatment for this, or coloring treatment. So ask your stylist whether a balayage or a foliage or even an ombre, which one that they would recommend for you, because they can certainly advise for you on your hair condition and really how your complexion, how that hair color is going to look and affect your appearance. So we want to look our best when we're emerging from quarantine as well. Another hair color trend, alert trend, is having milk chocolate swirly hair as well. The milk kind of chocolate hair is super popular. It kind of has more of that cool tone to it. Cool tones are very popular, but we're also starting to see an emergence of more warmth in addition to the pastels. So you have a full spectrum of colors that you can rock this year, that you are going to be in trend and you are going to look fabulous. And it is leading the pack, I have to say. It really adds in just a great luminous kind of shine to dark hair. So if you have maybe dark hair or almost black hair, you will see a great benefit of this. And so that would be just taking a little bit of highlighting to your hair for a little bit more dimension and adding a little bit more warmth and vibrancy to your hair color right now. To get the look, just ask your colorist to add in hints of gold and a little bit of light brown to your really dark hair, and you are going to love the results. And especially with the contrast of the lightened pieces and the gold with your darker natural base is really going to be gorgeous on you. So if you try any of these hair trends, tag Save Me From USA on Facebook or Instagram. We would love to see, and we'd love to see like the health of your hair this year as well. A lot of us are making strides in promoting healthy hair from tip to root. And fenugreek is our hero ingredient. This is a secret of women in India for promoting the healthiest hair of their lives. It is actually a ritual that they are taught at a very young age to do. And what they will do is they will take these fenugreek seeds. If I can bring this closer to you. Fenugreek seeds here are kind of like a triangular seed. They kind of have this maple smell, and they're grown in India and also like Middle Eastern countries, as well as in the Mediterranean. And they will actually take this seed. It's actually commonly used for like spices in a lot of cuisine, Indian cuisine, but also in maple imitation syrup. So it has this really sweet kind of maple aroma that is I absolutely love it. And we have extracted these great bioactive compounds of the fenugreek seed into our formulation. So I love it. Looks like April. Hi, April. I want to try a bob, but my hair is so curly. Yes, when you have natural kind of texture to your hair, it can certainly make those one length kind of hairstyles really difficult to achieve. And her hair is super curly from now after losing her hair from chemo, which my heart goes out to you. I just, I completely understand like what that, process of losing your hair is like for you, especially when a lot of our identity is within our hair. But she can almost fit her hair in a ponytail. That's so great that the hair is growing back, and it's actually growing back a little bit with more texture than you had originally before. But should you bob it? Well, I highly recommend, if you have that kind of already that texture in your hair, I highly recommend to grow out your hair, make it as healthy as possible with a Save Me From treatment. It sounds like you don't color treat your hair, and you're just really looking to make your hair just healthier as a result. The hydrating formulation, Thermal Obsession, would be great for you. It has hyaluronic acid, marine brown algae in here, so really great, and over a dozen butters and oils as well. So this is great for just really maintaining the health of your hair already. I'm sure your hair is very healthy. But then also here, this is a great formula that's really great for defining curls and just adding in a little extra texture and body to your hair. Maybe I'll have to straight iron it every day, but heat can be so damaging. Yes, I highly recommend to, if you can, air dry your hair, and then of course you could take a straightener to it. So in that way you're reducing the amount of heat on your hair, also reducing the temperature of the heat on your hair as well, and just getting really innovative with some heatless type of options. I know that you said you already have naturally curly hair, but you could also experiment with a little bit more of loose kind of undone waves. I actually personally will braid my hair. I know you just mentioned that you just are able to put your hair in a ponytail, but if you're able to just braid your hair just from the lengths here, from the root down, and just kind of do really loose waves, you'll get kind of a little bit less of that natural texture maybe emerging through, although I have really just kind of loose waves my hair myself, so I can't really speak to like how it will work on your hair, but I'd love to hear your results. If you do try it, definitely let us know here at Save Me From. We'd love to, see what you've, how your hair looks. And if you do go for that bob or the long bob, we'd love to see it as well. Okay. So mocha hair, we were just talking about hair color trends. Mocha hair is coming back into style. It is the latest trend to join the family of really these hair color transformations. It's really most sought after color actually that really adds these highlights and lowlights for extra dimension to the strands. It's also a neutral shade. So if you have more of a warmer complexion or also cooler undertones in your complexion, this will suit you perfectly. Your stylist can, of course, advise on which color is going to look best with your undertones and what naturally kind of colors that you have in your skin. Definitely hair color can either kind of make or break your complexion. I've been there. Certainly, I've been color treating my hair for a decade and a half. And I certainly can say that having a color that complements your natural undertones is going to make all of the difference. So I love this mocha hair color. It has stayed in style forever because the neutral tones work well on everybody. So if you're not sure what color you're looking to change up this year, neutral tones are always really one of the best bets. Especially too if you're someone who is just looking for extra vibrancy but a little bit less of an effort to maintain that color, because that's another thing is how often and how regularly are you having to go into the salon, especially with the situation that we are in currently. The upkeep can really make or break a style for yourself, and it would be, the damage would be for nothing. So the chemical conflict is really great to help just maintain and preserve the color in your hair, but also the strength, because when we're color treating our hair, the bonds, the protein bonds in our hair, the matrix, the inner matrix of our hair structure starts to be worn away and kind of, is depleted of those nutrients necessary for it to be healthy, vibrant, and strong. So mushroom brown hair, who really wants to have mushroom colored hair? But it's in style. Cool trends are coming in. The cool kind of browns are here. And it is kind of a multi-dimensional, alluring look for your hair. So if you have kind of dark hair naturally, black or dark brown hair, definitely pick up or also your stylist, maybe not pick up a box, but, especially when you're having to do a color lighter on your hair, typically that involves bleach, and so we don't want to be doing that at home. But this is a really great cool tone option that is very trendy with that kind of multi-dimension allure that we've been talking about here in this stream on trends. It actually takes a little subtle mix of brown and really like cool tones. And if you're someone who's maybe got some gray hair that's kind of coming through and you're not really wanting to go entirely gray, kind of mixing in this cool tone with that gray kind of creates this ashy hue, kind of similar to the color of mushrooms. And if you're someone who doesn't like mushrooms, and you might not like this color, but it is certainly an option if you're someone who is just looking to help kind of blend in and diffuse some of the gray hairs from starting and emerging. As well. So a lot of retro styles are kind of coming back into play. I know that the 90s are, of course, they've never really gone away, the trends of the 90s, but they are here coming back with a bang. So a little bit of kind of a nice teased kind of look, untousled kind of look as well, is really going to help just create a nice dimension onto your hair as well. So I also have here like a note that making the top half of your hair kind of significantly smaller than the back is kind of coming in. And then clipping the hair, this is kind of like more of a hairstyle, but clip the bottom of the hair half out of the way. So it kind of has like an undone, kind of the ends are just kind of undone. Those are also really trendy as well. So having kind of an undone updo is really trendy. So like here, if I wanted to have, this kind of crazy trend, I would kind of leave the ends out and then I'd bobby pin and just kind of let them poke through, and then I'm like ready to go for 2021. So that's a really great tousled option as well, just like kind of the 90s, kind of that edgy look. Hair extensions are really popular as well. Like I had mentioned, short hairstyles are definitely emerging. They're kind of coming in to play, but you want to have the best of both worlds. You want to have long hair, but you also want to have short hair, but you don't know which to do. And just like our favorite celebrities, it's like they have short hair one day and then long hair like to their waist the following day. Well, they actually use hair extensions for that, whether that is sewn in or they're taped in or they're weft, or there's so much to, say about hair extensions. But the easiest way to really, kind of change up your look quick and on a whim is the clip-in extensions. I highly recommend human hair extensions for this purpose. They're a little bit more, they have more of a natural kind of shine and luster to them, whereas the synthetic can kind of look like plastic. But what's so great about the human hair extensions is that, save me from, you can use these treatments on the extensions, and make sure your heat protected is also on those extensions, because heat is really going to damage and wear away the cuticle of the hair. And as we know that women in India, that a lot of extensions are sourced from India as well. And so that is something to be said about the fenugreek that is in our formulas, that a lot of these extensions, they're sought after in India because the hair is thick, because the hair is strong and healthy, and then they can go ahead and color treat the hair, so then therefore you can find an adequate match to your hair. But the underlying source of the hair is from India. So there is something to be said about that. So I just want to say that. So what's so great about extensions is that you can actually have short hair one day and then long hair the next. So in a way, you can literally have mermaid hair like in an instant by clipping in these hair extensions, and kind of concealing them in a way that maybe looks like it's your natural hair. Also, like I had mentioned, wigs are going to be really popular this year as well. A lot of us are seeing, a lot of these crazy transformations with celebrities. They're using, or they have like red hair one day and lime green hair the next day. And then you're thinking to yourself, how can that possibly be their hair? Well, it's usually not. It's usually human hair on a lace wig or lace front wig that is color treated by their stylist, and then they can actually cut the hair as well to kind of fit that look that they're looking to achieve for a specific event or red carpet look, or also a performance look, or even in a set as well. So these are really great and they're so stylish. The lace front wigs are very they kind of like are the gold standard in the beauty world because they're very seamless. They look very natural as well. So if you've been seeing that's the hair colors and things like that celebrities are wearing, it's typically a wig. But braids are definitely a classic staple that is continuing to stay and stand the test of time as well. So what I love about braids is that they're kind of a heatless option for having that lived-in kind of beachy tousled wave. Personally, I love that trend where it's really kind of having that undone, kind of relaxed look, and there's nothing better than using pollution assault for that. April was just, mentioning and asking, which is going to be great for her textured hair. This is amazing. It's great shine enhancer, but also fortifies the hair with nutrients to repel pollutants onto the hair, but it's a great styling treatment as well for these beachy undone waves. A lot of us have been using sea salt sprays in our hair for really having that nice texture and maybe even grit to the hair. I have to tell you that this is actually a better replacement for that. In addition, it's going to replace your hair oils. So it's going to really just help fortify the hair, but also repel those pollutants from cleaving onto the hair. They get into the cracks of the hair, especially when our hair is damaged, and does some serious, serious damage. Not only to our skin, but also to the hair as well. So what I love about braids is that they kind of give you this woven kind of masterpiece without really having to do anything else. And they're one of my favorites. And a lot of the cornrow braids are really coming back into style. And a lot of these just different type of designs of the braids are super cool as well. So we will be seeing a next level braid game this year in 2021. Embracing our natural hair texture. Myself, I have wavy hair, but if you're someone who has even more textured hair, afro kind of natural hair, that's coming back into style. And especially too, you're not damaging your hair, you're not relaxing your hair with these chemical treatments that are really harmful to the hair, or also straightening your hair. Just really embracing the natural texture that you were born with is really a beautiful thing that we're starting to see here in 2021. And I absolutely love this trend, as well as that kind of natural, undone kind of look as well. I love the Sun and Sweat. This is a great UV protectant, just like our skin. Our hair is actually suffering from free radical damage from UV rays, but also from salt water, chlorine, or even hard water, depending on really where you live. Some of the water that you're showering your hair with, if you don't have a filter on your shower head, I highly recommend to try that first and see the difference you'll see in your hair texture. It actually can build up on the hair and make hair very stiff and prone to breakage, and actually kind of makes hair look dull and kind of dingy as well. So this is great for restoring bounce and to your natural textured hair as well. I absolutely love it for myself. I'm someone who works out intermittently. Hopefully that will increase more this year. But this is also really great at just helping to combat sweat glycation on the hair that coats the hair and actually can make your hair very, very stiff and prone to tangles. If you've ever worked out after, tried to comb your hair, don't do it. I highly recommend to shower first and use this because it can make your hair actually break off. But if you have really acro kind of textured hair, you need something that's going to be moisturizing. I know like a lot of textured hair loves and needs oils and moisturizing ingredients. Thermal Obsession is a great formula. It's a moisturizing type, a multifunctional treatment, heat protected and also anti-frizz. So if you have curly, just naturally curly textured hair, frizz can kind of be a situation you're dealing with, as well as hydration, lack of hydration as well. So these are going to help really define and enhance your curls as well. So back to hair color trends here as well. Twilighting here is a really fun term, and this is just really referring to how subtle your highlights are going to be. It's kind of the best of both worlds. It's using baby lights, which are super fine wefted highlights into the hair, as well as ombre, which is a little bit more of like the whole hair graduating in color from dark to light. It really just gives your hair a touch of flair as well. It's a fashionable way to rock a dimensional look without really being too dramatic and having to commit yourself onto one side or the other. Twilighting is a great one. Tell your hairstylist that you're looking to do a little subtle transformation, and they can advise on which technique is going to be the best for you and your hair. We talked about hair accessories a little bit earlier before, but I want to talk about how hair accessories are really just making a big emergence in a lot of hair trends this year. They really go a long way, whether that is rhinestone embellished clips or pearl embellished clips. They really are causing quite the stir when it comes to hair looks and trends as well. They're very sophisticated looking, especially the pearls. They really kind of elevate your look and just really add in a chic kind of flair to your hairstyle. And of course, you've been seeing them if you're someone who's on Pinterest like myself. You're seeing them all over the place anyways, so you're already probably aware of this trend. But what's so nice about them is you can just fasten the clips when you have your hairstyle already kind of done. Then they just really kind of elevate your look and just make you red carpet ready when you're ready to emerge out of your house post-quarantine. And all right, so final tips for 2021 trends. Twisting hair, heatless waves. So personally, I love using braids in my hair for a heatless option after I've washed my hair. Of course, you don't really want to be braiding your hair when it's absolutely wet. I wait for it to be a little bit air dried, and then I'll go ahead and I will start to braid in my hair kind of nice and loosely. I'll do some that are tighter and then some that are looser, so I have a little bit more of texture to my hair. But the twist outs are very, very popular as well. It's kind of a protective style when it comes to the heat styling. It's just really going to help just maintain the life and vivaciousness of your hair. But these twists in your hair and kind of leaving them sit, so you kind of twist your hair when it's damp or wet, ideally with like a curl creamer styling product. Age acceleration doubles as a curl cream and texturizer and hair thickener. But it's really just going to have such a beautiful wavy pattern in the morning when you reveal your hair and you wake up, and you will wake up so gorgeous with bombshell hair, and who does not want to have that? And last but not least, pastel hair. For those of you who may already have really light hair already, you are certainly going to love the pastel hair trend as well. It is here to stay for as long as, at least, you know, while we have light hair. Pastels are always in style, and I have to say that this trend has come to life on social media more than ever. We're really seeing kind of an opal, kind of nice subtle reflex to the hair. Absolutely love them, but your hair has to be absolutely at its lightest state for the pastel to really work and to look good on your hair. And of course, your hair colors can really advise on which kind of spectrum of the color wheel you want to range on. Is that going to be more cooler tone, warmer tones? But you're really going to have to go through a lot of chemical styling kind of treatments way in advance, especially if you have darker hair. It can be several different treatments, so several months to that hair. And a lot of these treatments can be so damaging, so you need a protein infusing treatment such as this, saving me from chemical conflict. It is infused with keratins and also different size proteins to really make your hair healthier and more vibrant as well. That is another thing when it comes to those pastel hair colors. They're like a fashionable hair color, so they are actually not really intended to stay in your hair and like lock in to the hair. So using a treatment that is going to preserve the color of the hair is really critical when it comes to that. And as I had mentioned earlier, that we are a damage specific hair repair collection, so we will fit into your routine. You literally don't change anything in your routine, just adding us into your routine as well. Kind of like Olaplex. It is not something that is taking the place of your shampoo, your conditioner, your leave-in treatments, your hair mask. This is a hair treatment. These are formulated like a salon quality. You know, when you go to the salon and you have maybe broken off your hair because you bleached it, and I've been there, and you are in desperate need of a solution. These are salon grade professional treatments. They are formulated with science behind them, but also our founder is a cosmetic chemist. She also founded a skincare company that is award-winning, globally renowned, and wanted to create a skincare product that is designed specifically for the hair, but also the scalp. Scalp care is emerging as well. I did not create this in our hair trends, but scalp care is really becoming a popular trend, in addition to using products formulated with less water. And that is something that we have done here. We have actually formulated all of these treatments to be incredibly potent and concentrated, and then you can add in the water. They perfectly emulsify in water, so you can create like a leave-in kind of spray conditioner, or you can also do a cream, or you can just do a nice lightweight type of creamy lotion. That's what I personally do, and I've seen the great benefit of that. But we also harness, the fenugreek seeds, but we also have in every single one of our treatments a proprietary blend that is called Bond Reboot. And you'd be wondering, what is that and why do I care? Well, our hair is actually formed with proteins, and they are what we call bonds in the hair. And so as we start to damage our hair, whether that is through UV exposure, pollutants, or also from hair thinning when we're aging, or also the chemical processes that we're doing, we're relaxing our hair, we're color treating our hair, bleaching our hair, heat styling our hair, product builds up on the hair. These are all causing serious havoc and stress on the scalp and hair. And so we need to be making sure that we're using targeted active ingredients that are small enough to work their way into the layers of the hair strand, just like the layers of our skin. And we're seeing just such a huge emergence of being mindful of the ingredients in our skincare. And the same thing goes with our hair. I think a lot of us, myself included, have omitted the care of our hair. 2021 is all about changing that. And what's so incredible about the Save Me From treatment, Save Me From chemical conflict, Save Me From sun and sweat, Save Me From aging, or age acceleration, I should say. These are really going to help restore the hair. We have formulated in addition to the skincare actives, we have got caffeine to help stimulate the scalp and energize the scalp, as well as creatine, which helps restore and build those broken bonds of the hair. We also have silkworm proteins, which is actually really softening the hair, but also really strengthening. So it's softening on the outside, so it really makes your hair really silky, really lustrous as a result. And this is derived from silkworms. But we have actually, as a company that is completely cruelty-free, we also support fair trade farms from all of our ingredients that we source from. But a lot of hair products that use silk in their formulas are actually, and they're not cruelty-free, are doing it in a way where they actually can kill the silkworm prior to it hatching. And so it is quite upsetting to hear that, but as a brand that is really have these ethics in place and a mission in place to not only derive our ingredients from ethical sources, but also sustainable ones as well. So we have the softening effects and the strengthening effects from the silkworm proteins, but we also have panthenols, which are a really great antioxidant that helps condition the hair and scalp and really just help rejuvenate hair as a result. So if you're really curious to learn a little bit more about our formulas, check out our website. I'll go ahead and drop a link here for you all below so you can check it out. Oh, whoops, I was sorry. I'm totally stopped featuring it. Check out the website where you can actually take a hair quiz and really get a customized regimen for your hair. If you ever have any questions, definitely shoot us a message here on Facebook or also on our website. There's a little chat icon. You can click on that. My name is Allison, and I'm so happy that you all joined in on our stream today. Join us every Friday live at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we will share and offer any sort of insights that we possibly can for really truly transforming your hair this year, especially when we are making our grand appearance and entrance into the world after a long, stressful, tough year. So thank you so much to everyone who tuned in on this live stream. As I mentioned, we are a hair repair collection, really targeting the sources of damage your hair is exposed to. And I actually am really excited to share on our Instagram the benefits of silk proteins for hair. We talked a little bit about that in our Bond Reboot. So if you're curious to learn about how in the world a silkworm is going to help me and strengthen my hair, then check us out on Instagram at savemefrom.usa for that stream here in the next couple minutes. So thank you so much for everyone who tuned in on this stream. Make sure to follow our page so you are alerted whenever we have a post or also another live stream. So then therefore you can talk with us in live time about really your hair concerns and troubles. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next stream.